Hi, today we're going to be doing a pre-Pilates workout with a few regular mat Pilates exercises sprinkled in. This is a great exercise if you've never done Pilates mat work before, haven't been in a studio before, and just need to get comfortable with the moves. It's also a great workout if you're experiencing any low back pain and need to kind of reconnect to your core. So before we get started, I want you to take a look over here. I've got some towels. Now, I think these are really handy to have around. Most people have them somewhere. These are like oversized hand towels. I mean, you could use a regular size bath towel if you want, but you don't want a huge one. Something bigger than a kitchen towel will work. So we're going to use these as a cushion for our head and maybe as a prop for our legs later, almost like you would use one of those elastic bands or TheraBands that you get from the PT's office, which you could also use too. All right, so we're going to start by getting onto our mat and having our legs bent. So just put your hands behind your thighs and sit up as straight as you can at first. Just kind of lift up off your sits bones. Good. And then start to curl your back. So you'll see your elbows will start to straighten. Your back is rounded. Good. And stay in that rounded position as you come forward. Think forehead to knees. And then stay in that rounded position as you go backwards. We call these half rollbacks, and they're a really nice way to kind of massage the low back and get those hips and spine moving a little bit. So now what I want you to do is add some breathing. So you're going to inhale and then exhale. Keep those shoulders wide, or elbows wide, but shoulders down your back. Exhale. Inhale to go back. Exhale to go forward. One more. Your feet should be on the ground. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now you want to take your hands out a little bit. They can just be on top of your knees if you want. And I want you to just do a little bit of rolling back here just to test the waters. I've done 2 now. 3. Good. We'll do 4 and 5. Now, if those were a little too challenging, you could keep your hands by your side and do those, and that's totally fine. Now, we're going to use that half roll back to get ourselves to lay down on our mat. So take those hands back behind your thighs if you need to. Start to curl that low back down towards the mat. Let the chin come down. Slide the hands down the thighs and let everything come down to the mat. Good. Now, this is a good time to evaluate what your chin is doing. So if you find your chin is jutting out a little bit, it could be for many different reasons, then take one of these folded towels and put it right under your head. Now, I don't necessarily need to use one all the time, but I think it's nice for you to see this, and it is a great little way to kind of help straighten the spine and help your back stay more into the floor and into the mat. Now, with your hands by your sides and your knees at a comfortable angle, I want you to just breathe a few times. Just take an inhale and then exhale. Do it one more time. Inhale and exhale. We're just letting our body kind of melt into the floor. Now, I want you to take your hands and put them up here, kind of just below your shoulders. We're going to take some breaths, and we want these breaths to be big inhales that open our ribs up. So you should feel these upper ribs or this upper area move. Inhale, big inhale, big exhale. While you do this, your back should stay on the ground. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now take your hands down to about your hip area or your waist area if you can, or somewhere on the sides, right? We're going to take an inhale here, and we should feel the ribs open as we inhale and pull in a little bit as we exhale, keeping the low back into the mat. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. We call those rib cage breathing because we're expanding the rib cage while we breathe. Now let's add a little pelvic curl. So I want you to inhale And then on the exhale, with your hands here in this hip area, curl the hips a little bit. So you should feel almost like if you had a marble right here on your low belly, it would roll down towards your belly button. And then let it go. Good. Inhale. And then exhale, curl it up. It's like you're shortening the space between your hip bones and your ribs. And then inhale. Good. Now exhale, curl and pull it together. Inhale. One more time. Curl. And then let it go. All right, now we're going to start to add a little head and chin lift. So I want you to reach your arms back long by your side and lift them up just an inch or two. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, curl that chin down towards your chest and reach forward. Exhale here. Good. Inhale to go back, and then exhale to curl that chin down and reach forward. And let it go back. One more time. Inhale, lift, and exhale, chin down, reach. And then let everything come back. We're going to do one more, and we're going to add a count of 5 to this. So lift the arms a little bit. Inhale, tuck the chin, exhale, and then count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then with control, let everything come down. So what we're doing is we're practicing holding that low back in that stabilized position while we're still breathing and while we're challenging it a little bit. All right, now let's go ahead and let's add some hands to that. So we're going to take the hands up, right? And we're going to add that head and chin lift. So inhale here, and then exhale. Now curl everything forward, just like the same position you just had. Let it go down. Inhale, and then exhale, curl it all down. Remember, chin is low. You're looking down into your center, and let it go down. One more time. Inhale, and then exhale, curl it down and reach those arms. Reach, reach, reach. Low back is strong into the mat, and then let it come down. Good. We're going to keep our arms up to the sky, and we're going to start to do some knee folds here. If you want to make fists, you can do that, or your hands can face each other, but I'm going to keep them this way. So we're going to keep our legs bent and in this shape, which is about 90 degrees, and I'm just going to lift one leg up and bring it down. The other leg up and bring it down. Now, if you feel like your hips are really wobbling around while you do this, then I want you to take your hands down to your hips, elbows out to the side to ground you, and keep doing your knee folds. So you're just keeping the shape of the knee, and you're just bringing the thigh towards you and taking the thigh away. All right? Thigh goes towards you, you take it away. Thigh goes towards you, you take it away. But if you can, add those hands above. Thigh comes towards you, take it away. Thigh comes towards you, take it away. One more set. We're going to do left. Good. Keep that low belly strong. And right. Now from here, I want you to go ahead and take those arms down by your side to help stabilize you, because we're going to up the challenge a little bit. You're going to take that one leg in. I'm starting with my left. And then we're going to bring the other leg to meet it. So we're going to bring both legs up. So we're going to take the left leg down, bring it back up. Right leg down, bring it back up. Good. Now, since we've gotten a little bit of a feel for how that is, I want you to take your hands behind your head to give yourself a little bit of a head lift here. Okay? Because that'll also help keep your low back down into the ground. So take the leg down, bring it up. Take the other leg down, bring it up. One more set. Down, bring it up. Right leg goes down, bring it up. Good. All right, open those shoulders a little bit just to give, or elbows a little bit to give them a break. And then go ahead and take both legs together. Now we're going to lift the head and shoulders with our arms. So take an inhale. And on the exhale, lift the head and shoulders. Bend those elbows in around your head to kind of cradle it. Good. Both legs are together. You're going to inhale, take the legs out a little bit, just an inch or two, and blow out to bring them in. So inhale, and then 3 more. Inhale, 2 more. Inhale. Keep curling up. One last time. Inhale. Good. Let the head and shoulders go down. Let those legs come down. Ha! Now we're going to take those arms back up to the sky and we're going to stretch those legs out a little bit because they might be feeling tight in the hip area or the hip flexors area. So with the arms up to the sky, if you can, we're going to flex one foot. I'm flexing my left foot and I'm going to push that foot out along my mat. It's a little jerky because my mat's super sticky, but we're going to take it out and then we're going to drag it back into where it started. We call these heel slides. So flex the other foot. I've got my right foot flexed. Take it out and drag it back in. Good. Flex the left foot. Take it out. Drag it back in. Good. Now the other foot. Now the whole time you're doing this, you want to keep really strong and heavy in your low back. We're going to do one more set. Reach it out. Drag it in, so make sure it's staying nice and stable. Reach it out, drag it in. Now I'm going to scoot down just a little bit so I have room for my arms because I'm going to start to add the arms to these heel slides. All right, so I'll take my right foot. As it goes out, my left foot goes out, my right arm goes out. And then I bring them back to center. My right leg goes out and my left arm goes out and I drag them back to center. Again, check in with your low back and your hips. Make sure as you keep doing this alternating sides that low back and that belly are staying nice and strong. So I've got the left foot and the right arm going out. We're going to do one last one. Left arm, right foot, and bring them in. Good. And then arms can come down by the side. Nice work. So those were heel slides and we added the alternating arms with those. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into a little bit of building into our 100. So from here, we're going to add those arms with the head and shoulders up. We'll keep our legs bent for now. So I want you to inhale here like you did before. And then exhale, curl the head and shoulders up to reach the arms past the hips, just barely, just a couple inches off the floor, right? And then go ahead and let it come down. One more time, we'll call this stretch and pull. Inhale, and then exhale, reach. This is like our pull, and then bring it down. Now this next time, we're gonna reach the arms past the hips as we come up, and we're gonna start pumping the arms like we're slapping puddles. We're going to take long inhales and long exhales. I would imagine it's about 3 to 5 pumps of the arms to every inhale and 3 to 5 pumps of the arms to every exhale. You ready? Inhale and then exhale, curl it up and start to pump the arms. Don't worry about the breathing just yet. Just get the pumping. You want long arms, right? Like they're reaching out of your shoulder joints. You're lifting the head up if you can. Good. And just slapping those arms up and down. If it helps to make fists, you can do that, but I've got straight hands. Good. Now inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. Let's do 2 more sets. Inhaling and exhaling. And one more, inhaling and exhaling. Good. Now just let that head come down. Let those arms go up. Now, if you're doing this and you really start to feel really tight in your neck, you can keep pumping with your head down. That's totally fine. So you can try that now. Here, just pumping and exhaling and inhaling and exhaling and inhaling and exhaling. Take the arms down for a minute. Give yourself a little rest. We're going to do a few more of what we call this exercise, which is the 100, but we're going to do it with our knees lifted up to tabletop. So just bring one leg in, bring the other leg in, make sure those feet are together. Yep. Take the arms up to the sky. take an inhale, and on the exhale, curl the head and shoulders up. If you can, start to pump. Add that breathing, inhaling and exhaling. Keep that low back strong, inhaling and exhaling. Let's do one more set, inhaling and exhaling. And then let the head and shoulders go down, arms go down. We'll take a leg down and then another leg down. Nice work. All right, let's do a couple more exercises before we finish. We're going to do one leg circle next. And this is an exercise where you could use the other towel if you needed to. So I'm going to reach over, get my towel, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to unfold it and roll it so that it's long ways, or it can be just slightly folded. Right? I have my legs bent and I'm going to take one leg, bend it in, and then I'm going to try to grab it around the foot with my towel. Now this is where you could use a TheraBand if you want, right? And I just want you to take the leg, bend it, flex it straight, bend it, flex it straight. Now in this position, I want you to make little circles. So you're going to take your leg across your center line and then down and up and around. Now, if your leg won't straighten and you've got to do this bent, that's okay. All right. And do another circle, another circle, another circle. Good. And then reverse your circle. We're going to do about 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Now in this position, I want you to flex and point your leg. So flex the foot, point the foot. Flex the foot, point the foot. One more. Flex the foot, point the foot. Good. All right, now we're going to switch to the other leg. So put that first leg down, take that other leg up, get that towel in a good position, make sure your low back is strong, and just flex and point the leg a few times. So you can just start to straighten those calves. Now, if it won't straighten, that's okay. Just push into it the best that you can. One more time. Take it out. Good. And then start to make those little circles going across the center line first, down and up towards you. Remember, if your leg is bent, that's okay. We're going to do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Come to center and then reverse it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it here. And then we're going to do some flex and point. So we're going to flex the foot. So now the heel's up towards the sky. And then point the foot. Flex the foot. Point the foot. Ooh, this feels good. I'm going to do 2 more. Flex and point. You can do as many as you want. Flex and point. Good. And then go ahead and let the leg come down and put that towel to the side. Again, remember, you could do this with a nice TheraBand if you wanted to. All right, we're going to do a couple more exercises. This is single leg stretch. So from here, I want you to bend that leg, that one leg in, and grab it near the shin. Now, if your knee is really bugging you, you can grab it behind the thigh too. All right, so you're going to pull that leg in and you're going to give it a tug, a double tug towards the shoulder. Tug, tug. Take it down. Bring the other leg in. Tug, tug. So remember, you can grab here or under. All right, I'm going to grab on the top of my shin, but you can grab behind the thigh. Good. And we'll do one more. Tug, tug. Good. Now I'm going to lift my head and shoulders up with my strong elbows. So take an inhale. On the exhale, lift the head and shoulders up and bring that leg in. Tug, tug. And then tug, tug. Now let's up the challenge a little bit. So with your head and shoulders lifted, we're going to lift one leg up. It can be out here, but if it feels better to have it straight, do that. So tug, tug, and then switch the legs. Tug, tug. Again, you can be behind the thigh. Tug, 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 tug. One more set. Tug, 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 tug. Now grab your hands on both legs and then let your head and shoulders go down. We call that single leg or one leg stretch. Now we're going to do a double leg stretch. So we're going to lift the head and shoulders again this time. Keep those elbows wide. Inhale, and then exhale, curl the head and shoulders up. Our legs are both going to go straight up and out. And then we're going to bring them in. So you can have them start here or behind the thigh. They're going to reach down, hands come down your leg as your legs reach out. Good, one more time. Reach out, come down. Now let your head rest for a minute. What we're going to do is we're going to add some arms to this. Remember, you can do any of these exercises with your head down if you need to. So if you're going to take it up, inhale, and then exhale, curl the head and shoulders up. Now, as the legs go out, we're going to reach the arms out, and then we're going to circle around to catch the legs. So inhale, and then exhale, circle around, catch the legs. Two more. Inhale, circle around, catch the legs. It's okay if your legs go right up. I think we have one more. And exhale, and let that head come down. Just roll the head back and forth a little bit. If you've lifted it, get some of that tension out. And we've got one last exercise. We're going to help start to strengthen the bum and the glutes. So we're going to put the legs back down on the ground and take the arms long by your sides. All right. We're going to we should have our feet side by side, or they can be slightly apart, but you want to make sure they're even. So I start with them together and then I just toe them out a little bit. All right. If it feels okay to bring your legs in closer to your bum, you totally can. All right. Arms long, shoulders pulling down and together across your back so that you're pressing the back of your arms into the mat. I want you to do those little pelvic curls. So just curl like you're trying to pull your belly button into your ribs, and then let it go. And curl. This is a pelvic curl. And let it go. One more time. Curl and let it go. Now, when we start to do our shoulder bridge, we're going to start with that little curl and then start to push into our feet to lift the hips. So I want you to do that little curl, pull the belly button to your ribs, push your hands into the floor, start to push into your feet, and start to lift those hips up, right? So you've got energy coming out of your knees and you're lifting up. The top of your rib cage and your shoulder blades are still connected, but your hips are as up as they'll go. Squeeze that bum a little bit, get that lift, squeeze those arms, and then lower everything down. We're going to do two more of those. So little pelvic curl. Start to push into the feet. Your hamstrings under your bum should start to click on and start to work. Lift, lift, lift. Good. And then with control, let it come down. One more time. Little pelvic curl. Start to push those hips up, reaching energy out through the knees, pulling those arms together, and then with control, let it come down. Good. Now, if it feels good here, just bend one leg into you and the other leg into you, and just kind of rock and roll, kind of like babies do. Kind of massage that low back. And let those legs come down. Now you can either come up to sitting by just rolling up, or you can push over to your side like I am and come up now. You've completed this easy beginner pre-Pilates mat workout. Now it might not feel easy at first, but the moves are pretty simple. But they can be pretty deep. So keep working at it, and soon you'll find that those connections are there and that you're able to build on those and do more and more.